If you think that Palm Beach County is vacation Florida and retirement condos, then you're already behind. Because right now, this county is being reshaped in multiple places at once. And in 2026, you're gonna feel it where people work, where families live, and where investors focus, and which areas become the most in demand. Here's what I mean. Downtown West Palm Beach is building entirely new districts. Palm Beach Gardens has a 4,700 acre master plan community actively under construction right now, and out west, a brand new city is scaling fast. And the coastal corridor between West Palm Beach and Jupiter is seeing a redevelopment and reinvestment wave that's bringing new residences, refreshed buildings, and expanded lifestyle amenities online, with a lot of that becoming visible in 2026. In this video, I'm gonna walk you through what's actually happening, what's coming next in 2026, and how to translate these headlines into one simple question. Where do you fit in the next chapter of your life as a relocating family, a professional, a retiree, or an investor? I'm Joel, a real estate broker here in Palm Beach County. My wife and I moved here from Canada 4 years ago. We've built a life and a family here, and we also operate a short-term rental management company. I love helping people relocate, as well as helping investors source the right properties in this market. Stay with me until the end because I'm gonna tie every one of these redevelopments back into the exact decision most people get wrong. Which lane of Palm Beach County is actually right for your lifestyle and your long-term plan? The goal here is clarity, what's real and what's already underway, and what's likely to be more visible in 2026, and what it means for you. Palm Beach County is quietly rewriting its story. It used to be thought of as mainly a vacation and retirement market, but that's definitely changed. Over the past few years, we've seen high-paying jobs move in, especially in finance, tech, healthcare, and business services centered around West Palm Beach's Wall Street South story. A huge population boom in newly incorporated cities like Westlake, which has grown extremely fast since 2020 and is still accelerating. And most of the new housing is happening in large master plan communities, not just one-off subdivisions. So this isn't just more people moving to Florida, this is a county-wide shift in where the jobs are, where the homes are, and what lifestyle is actually possible here for families, executives, retirees, and investors, especially over the next 12 to 24 months. Now let's talk through the biggest pieces of that story, and I'm gonna keep it practical on what's taking shape in 2026 and who it's for. Let's start with West Palm Beach because that is the engine that's driving a lot of the professional opportunities. Downtown West Palm is undergoing one of its biggest growth spurts ever. The city is updating its downtown master plan to keep up with the scale of development, new mixed-use towers, new public spaces, and smarter infrastructure. One of the most talked about pieces is the NORA district. It's about 40 acres just north of downtown West Palm Beach, and is being transformed into a walkable neighborhood with dining, retail, offices, and residences. Phase 1 of NORA started to open up in late 2025, and more restaurants, retail, hospitality are expected to be rolling out in 2026, with future phases adding apartments, condos, and a lifestyle hotel. At the same time, you have major employers expanding or arriving. More financial firms, more family offices, high-wage employers in West Palm, and additionally, corporate and university partners are setting up a longer-term presence. This is where a lot of my clients in finance, tech, and business ownership are landing. They'll fly in, they'll walk Clematis or the Square, they'll see the office buildings being built and the new restaurants going in, and they'll say, okay, this is a very different Florida from the one we knew 10 to 15 years ago. If you're a professional or an executive, this is the piece you care about the most. You can live 10 to 20 minutes from the beach, have your kids in good schools, and still plug into the real opportunity, not just remote work. And compared to Miami or Fort Lauderdale, West Palm and the surrounding suburbs are so much more approachable in terms of everyday life. Now let's move into Palm Beach Gardens and the Jupiter area, because this is where you can literally see an entirely new part of the county taking shape. One of the biggest stories here is Avenir. Avenir is a 4,700 acre master plan community on former ranch land in Palm Beach Gardens. Think of it as the new north for the city. Thousands of planned homes across multiple villages and builders. A large town center with future retail, dining, offices, miles of golf cart paths, lakes, trails, preserve, open space, and over 2,000 acres reserved for conservation. Avenir is not a 20-year fantasy plan, it's under active construction right now. New villages, amenities, and pieces of the downtown center are slated to roll out through 2026, with the conservation land and major infrastructure already in place. With Avenir, you also have Panther National, a private, modern golf community with contemporary custom estates on large sites, and a championship golf course co-designed by Jack Nicklaus and the Justin Thomas. The course is open and more custom estates and club amenities are planned to deliver through 2026 and beyond. So this is one of the clearest examples of next generation golf community taking shape in real time. All of this layered on top of the existing club communities, established neighborhoods, and coastal pockets in Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter. So if you're looking at this as a family, you're seeing new schools, new parks, new amenities, and a lot more housing options than you had a decade ago, with a big wave that is becoming usable in 2026. Investor or second home buyers, you're looking at a long runway of development with meaningful infrastructure, retail and services that are going to keep getting better around you over time. If you head west, you'll find something that most people outside of the area don't even know exists yet, and that's Westlake. Westlake is a newly incorporated city in western Palm Beach County built around a large master planned community. Since development really kicked off, Westlake has issued thousands of residential building permits, is rapidly increasing its population, and led the county in new single-family permits over the last several years. Its core is a 3,800-acre master plan with multiple residential villages, a growing town center, and an expanding mix of retail, medical, and service providers following the residential rooftops. Westlake's residential build-out is moving quickly, and commercial pieces like Westlake's Town Center and the Westlake Palms Plaza are now underway. With more retail, medical, and services expected to come online in the next year here, the population just keeps surging. For young families and first-time move-up buyers, Westlake is where you can say, we want a new build, we want new amenities, and we want a community built for kids. And we're okay with being a little bit further away from the beach to get it. For investors, it's one of the clearest examples of where population and housing growth is actually happening on the map, not just in the headlines. Now, between West Palm Beach and Jupiter, there's another story that matters a lot. It's not always obvious if you're watching from outside of the state. It's the coastal corridor and the intercoastal lifestyle layer. Places like Singer Island, Riviera Beach, Juno Beach, North Palm Beach, and the pockets that sit right along the water, plus the communities just a few minutes inland that benefit from it. You're seeing a steady wave of reinvestment and redevelopment pressure around the water, meaning older buildings and older product are getting renovated, repositioned, and replaced, and newer luxury and lock-and-leave lifestyle options continue to expand. And that really matters because this corridor is where a lot of people want the lifestyle, the beach access, the boating culture, and the Palm Beach County outdoor life, but without necessarily being on Palm Beach Island itself. If you're a professional or an executive, this area can be a sweet spot because you can be close to the beach, close to Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter, and still have a very manageable drive to West Palm Beach if you need it. If you're a retiree or a part-time resident, this is one of the most common fit zones because it supports a lock and leave lifestyle. Water views, walkable beach access in certain pockets, condos and townhome living, and an overall feel that's very resort adjacent without needing to be in a full club community. And if you're an investor, the key thing to understand is that demand in this corridor often stays strong because you're pulling from multiple renter pools at the same time. People relocating who want to rent near the water first, seasonal rentals, and professionals who want the coastal lifestyle but still need access to major roads and business hubs and airports. So when you hear Palm Beach County growth, it's not just only about the new master plan communities out west. It's also about this coastal corridor becoming more of modern, more lifestyle driven, and in many pockets more premium. And this year, that becomes more visible through more renovated inventory, more new or refreshed luxury product, and more of a coastal lifestyle ecosystem that supports full-time residents, seasonal residents, and high-income relocators. At the same time, the luxury waterfront property condo market across Palm Beach County is getting a new wave of high-end products scheduled to deliver throughout the year. New branded waterfront residences, boutique high-rises on or near the intercoastal, and modern luxury projects in places like Palm Beach Gardens, West Palm Beach, and Juno Beach. These developments are bringing branded services, resort-style amenities, and very high price points, often in the multiple million-dollar range, to waterfront and near waterfront core locations. For ultra-high net worth buyers, this is where the third or fourth home conversation happens. For everyone else, it's part of the broader story. As the top part of the market moves, it tends to pull demand and values up across the surrounding area over time. If you're watching from out of state, here's what all this really means boiled down. For families, you're not choosing between retirement town and big city, you're choosing based on real lifestyle lanes. West Palm and its new downtown districts, Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter with Avenir and the northern master planned growth, Westlake out west for new builds and kid-centric amenities, and the coastal corridor for near-water lifestyle, many of which will look very different in 2026 than they did 5 years ago. For professionals and executives, West Palm's Wall Street South story means you can make a real career move here, not just a lifestyle move, and within 15 to 30 minutes of beaches, golf, and family-friendly communities. For retirees and part-time residents, you have more options than ever. Club amenities, lock-and-leave condos near the water, walkable mixed-use districts, or quieter master plan neighborhoods that still tie into the growth. For investors, you're looking at a county where new cities and large master plan communities are expanding the housing base. West Palm is adding jobs, and high-end product at the top end of the market is redefining the ceiling on values, with much more of that shift playing out over the next few years. My job in all of this isn't to hype every project. It's to translate these big numbers, these master plans, and these growth stories into actual decisions about where you should live and what you should buy and how it fits your specific life and your balance sheet. Sometimes that means a family choosing between Jupiter and Palm Beach Gardens and deciding Avenir or a nearby established community is the right fit, or an executive deciding whether to be in West Palm proper or a quieter community with an easy commute. It could also mean a retiree picking between a lock-and-leave condo near the water or a club community further north, or an investor walking through the real numbers in a growth corridor versus a condo in a more mature area. If you're watching this and thinking, we've been watching Palm Beach County from the outside, but we don't really know where we fit into this picture, that's exactly the kind of conversation that I have every week. When you're ready, use the link in the description and schedule a confidential strategy call with me. We'll walk through where you're coming from, your price range, your all-in monthly comfort zone, your current phase of life, and then we'll map all of this out into a short list of actual areas and community types that make sense for you. I'm Joel Poulin, Palm Beach real estate broker. If Palm Beach is in the next chapter of your life, I'd love to help you navigate it with clarity, and I'll see you in the next video.